The night passes. The darkness deepens and then slowly grows lighter and lighter. But, Marcus, your eyes don't struggle against that. You spend all of your time reading, trying to internalize as much as you physically can about this great sport. Page turns over page. Mercy places a candle next to you, and it burns low over the course of the night. Other people go off to eat, rest, but you remain focused entirely on your studies. Eventually dawn breaks, and you hear someone approach behind you. You turn the page and come to a realization. Oh, so you know what a home run is now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the end of this chapter is telling me.
He looks down. That's, Marcus, I can't tell if you read really fast or really slow.
You know what? It's a mixture of both. I've been going back over some important bits and zooming ahead on others. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding. Look, Thog, I've got a level with you here. I don't actually know all that much about baseball. I mean, I know more now just having read this entire book. But
Yeah.
I was mostly trying to fit in earlier.
What does chapter 3 have a anthropological study of, quote, hitting the ball?
Yeah, it's a little bit academic, but there's a lot of really handy shit in there.
Yeah, the context is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lifts up a segment of this book and it's this hefty fucking tome and it backs out. Oh, sorry, shit, lost your page.
No, it's fine. The chapter on human sacrifice is fucking fascinating if you want to check that out.
Okay, so we got to... Was that before hitting the ball?
I mean, theory is very important for any sport.
As Gregor rounds the corner.
Or so I'm told by this book.
Gregor rounds the bases.
Gregor rounds the bases, joining you early morning as, again, the rest of your squad sort of wanders their way in. You've all spent your night either practicing, sleeping, or, in Faria's case, brewing up different alchemical goods to serve you in the fight ahead.
Have I also been nursing a bullet wound? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes,
fun.
you have. Yeah.
That was mostly why I couldn't
happen.
sleep. The book was just something to do.
Yeah, sorry about that. I should have warned you that the baseball treachery gets kind of intense. The poisonings, the shootings, the cannon.
I mean, it's all around. It should have been obvious.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get any better. We probably will be attacked on the road.
It's
I was
probably
hoping it would get worse.
Yeah.
Y'all are freaks, okay.
The road? How long of a trip is it to wherever baseball is played? Wait, Gregor thumbs through a book. The baseball field.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So actually, we've sort of got to work our way up a tournament ladder, and thankfully for a...
There's nothing in here about a ladder?
You're gonna want Marcus's book for that. He flips open to a page in the back. Boom.
I can jump pretty high, but...
Thog raises his hands, and, unfurls this long sheaf of paper, and he's like, yeah, the ladder for this tournament is kind of messy, and teams are always changing places, but for the most part, like, it's almost like there's like an almost bounty system to it. If you beat a team that's got a bunch of baseball bucks, you can actually raise through the ranks pretty quickly, because pretty much you're picking up all of the funding that was supplied to the other team. And considering the fact that we are more or less unfunded, our grand treasury is what we looted off those corpses from the people we buried out in the dugout. So we got like 500. We got $500.
Well, that's
pretty
something.
good.
Huh?
Yeah, it's honestly more solid than I expected, and the rate of conversion between baseball bucks and normal money, gold, any other type of currency is kind of miserable. So and the door cracks open at this point, and you see Gran walk in, and she's like, "Yeah, kind of bad, huh?" You see Thog swallow hard as she walks past.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you all.
It is?
You're all okay, right? You're all still alive?
There were a few injuries,
Marcus got
but
shot.
luckily...
I got shot,
Marcus
but I'm
was
doing
shot.
better now.
Yes, we're a hearty bunch.
He also got his finger dislocated.
Yeah, but I popped it back in myself. It's no big deal.
She walks over and immediately just like, can I look?
Yeah, okay.
She immediately starts addressing your bullet wound, reaches into her pack and starts fucking around, and she's like,
Oh,
okay.
you're taking it. You're taking the bullet out. Okay. Sure. Take it.
I mean, if you want to keep it, you can.
I mean, I'll put it in a little bag.
You do have a pinch of all-around spirit. Okay, grit your teeth.
Should we be calling you Dr. Grandma?
No, absolutely not. I would get arrested if I claimed any sort of medical expertise. She pops the bullet out and, Marcus, the bullet wound is expertly seen to, almost like she's done this a lot. And
God,
as you look at her arms, you do see a mixture of scar tissue that spreads from her knuckles upwards.
You are scary good at that. Thank you very much.
Dog's like, yeah, best in all around, I swear. Anyway, we're heading over to Midtown, actually. We're facing off against the bottom liners, the only team as destitute as ours.
Okay.
So, good luck us.
Oh, you said that we get their baseball dollars if we defeat them, right?
Yeah.
We don't take on any kind of baseball debt that they have, do we?
Oh man, you bring that up, and you actually see Gran's eyes dart to the side and sort of like bore holes into Thog. Yeah, that'd be wild if that happened, right? Yeah, no, I made sure to double check that nothing like that'll happen.
Well, that's fine.
If they're as destitute as us, won't we not get much baseball money from them?
We aren't gonna get much. Listen,
it'll be some though.
Yeah, it's some. We're gonna play it safe this time, and we're gonna crawl our way up from the bottom.
To be fair, we got 500 base bucks from those vagabonds. Like, I wouldn't have expected them to have any money.
Yeah, they were definitely paid off to try to assassinate us, but it was extremely convenient for them to carry the money that they were paid with on them.
Yeah, it's almost like the money flung out of their pockets as soon as you knocked them out.
Yeah, kind of wild. Anyway.
I couldn't help but
very
notice
convenient, though.
You had mentioned we're going to play cautious this time. I take it that has not been the case in the past?
You thought he was cautious once. she continues stitching you up.
Flashback sequence.
Yeah. Dog, like, I tried this once and I got a little too ambitious, and this time I'm making sure we're gonna take it slow.
Were there any survivors?
I mean, I'm still alive.
Are ya?
On the outside at least.
On the outside, yeah. Simultaneously.
So you're saying that Mayor BJ was the only one to survive and the rest were blown away?
God. Thug, for a split second, you almost hear an invisible twang, a violin peal as you connect to the heart of the truth. And then his face splits into a slight smile. Yeah, I see what you did there, actually. Yeah, kind of accurate.
What do you mean?
No, it's fine. It's nothing. He shakes his head. Right. There's a superstition for this whole competition. It takes a certain amount of baseball bucks to buy everyone on the team matching hats, uniforms, just something. Like, having coordinated merch is considered a necessity to get into the competition. And if you can't even afford that, you might as well give up. The way that most teams starting out get it is just by going around and picking off every other unmerched team until you have enough money to buy yourself merch, and then you can start taking off teams with merch. There has never been an instance, he says looking over at Gran, where a team that beat a team without merch beat a team with merch and then went on and had a good time. It's almost like a bad luck thing. You kind of got to buy it legit.
I'm all about doing things legit.
Yeah, so we're fighting the Midtown bottom liners because they are as bad off as we are, and we're going to take their money, and I don't know, after 4 or 5 more teams like that, we'll be able to get ourselves merch.
Yeah, some baseball head cages. Like makeup game Mikalash.
He is the best runner, but he never gets to the base when he needs to.
He just leaves. He turns around and he runs around the stadium.
And he makes an awful sound.
Okay. She stands up, having addressed your wound, and yeah, the bullet wound's feeling better. It's feeling about as good as it can feel.
Thank you very, very much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
She starts to sort of like walk over slowly, and she's like, "Wow, it smells terrible in here. They get you with the poison food." Yeah.
Yep.
We threw most of it
tried to.
out. She flips open one of these crates and looks in and notices, they poisoned your towels too. Okay.
What?
She starts to work her way around in the background. Yeah, she's She's gonna do whatever she wants to do. Yeah, so we're headed to Midtown. You guys good for a little trip?
You said 4 or 5 more teams. How many do we have to beat?
Climbing the ladder isn't that hard. Functionally, you're just looking for a shot at last year's champion. For us, we'd be looking to lock horns, so to speak, with the Steel City, the Devils. He walks forward and sort of opens the window and points you past the freshly burnt down stable over there. And you see off in the distance a glimmering monstrosity in the glowing dawn. Even past the mountain, sunlight strikes the city and reflects it in all directions, creating this almost angelic halo that burns the eye. So, that's the end of our road over there. We just basically gotta build off enough strength and resources to make it there. But, like, only at our most ambitious and least lucky we'd probably follow a pattern of, like, I don't know, 2, 3 teams on the way. But, like, trust me, this plan, far safer. Just 20, 30 teams, not at all tedious. Right, guys?
Not at all tedious.
Smile on his face.
I don't know. That sounds extremely tedious.
Do we have to win against all of them? What if we lose against one of them? Are we out?
You're not going to lose against all of them. It's just...
Oh, yeah, you're right. We're not.
It is a slow, reliable path of progress where we take on people barely weaker than us, and then we just slowly grow.
How possible is it to maybe make some of these teams forfeit before we actually play?
I'm kind of hoping things go that direction. Like,
we do the baseball treachery?
You know what?
Just think of it as baseball off the field. Baseball after dark, if you will.
I can take their families hostage.
Well,
Okay.
no, let's not go that far. Unless they're real scumbags.
I'm a little biased against that, weirdly enough.
I can
That's not weird.
quietly take their families hostage
No.
That makes it better? What?
so that you don't find out.
Yeah, I think the screaming of, like, children would make it worse for you, so.
I wouldn't keep them in the dugout. What are you, like, an amateur?
Where would you
Okay,
keep
okay.
them?
Guys, I'm liking the direction that this is going. So our game over in Midtown is actually set for early tomorrow morning. Let's go over first and see if we can, like, settle things before it ever begins.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can strike up a deal and become allies.
Yeah,
Right. A deal.
and like,
Or strike at their heads and
Crack some kneecaps?
defeat them.
Yes.
Well, actually,
That's
one
what
thing
I'm
that we
talking
might be
about.
able to do is if we're able to go to the field before the game actually starts, if they're the ones that are going to be, I don't know, hit the ball first, I don't know what the terms are specifically for baseball, could we sabotage the field in some capacity, such as en route to the first base landmine? I don't know, just spitballing.
Interesting.
Mercy,
Or just a
Mercy,
big-
Mercy, Mercy.
big
Are
hole.
you asking for traps?
Oh, that's right, you're an expert at such things.
like, hold on, let's brainstorm. Come here.
Oh my god, you two can collaborate.
I really think that big holes are maybe going to be important. Just a thought.
I'm not
Okay,
going to
you're
talk
leaving.
to
Bye.
him about his big holes.
Well, you'd put something over the top so they couldn't see it, obviously.
Thog makes his way over. He's like, yeah, so our hope, we want to clean up about 20 of these teams before one of the sort of like vulture teams, like the Skybrood, sweeps in to try to pick us off and devour us for our delicious meats.
Or $500.
Yeah, our $500, exactly, because that's how they...
Oh, metaphorical meat.
Yeah, that's how they rise through the ranks. They go around and they clean up the weaker teams. So we need to get strong enough before they come after us because they can field like 3 times as many players as we can. It's a massive fucking problem.
Okay. I
Yeah.
guess that's a good reason not to jump straight to the end.
Yeah, exactly. So
We want that money so we can pay for my glaive.
yes, we might actually have enough with the 500 baseball bucks to pay for your glaive. Thinking about it, he sort of like starts to walk his way forward as Harlock and Faria. Harlock, you and Faria stare at each other, and you like pretty much your group winds up walking over where he's like, I'm thinking a delayed detonation actually, because like you'd think. You'd want it to detonate, right? The assumption would be the second that somebody walks over. But actually, if you time it well after the fact and then place it around key positions, you give our guys time to pull back, and we just put it around the bases in places that they will slow down. Oh, hi. He turns and stares over at Thug. Things going well over here?
Swimmingly.
Great. We're heading to Midtown, so get ready for a walk.
Do you think traps to maim would be better or traps to destroy?
I think if we destroy the field, we will actually be at a greater advantage because it's their home field. It will demoralize them.
Oh, that would end home field advantage forever.
Exactly. They would lose that buff. I read the book too. It does the side of his head.
We're still playing on this field, right?
Yeah, but like you guys adapt.
Once we win, we won't ever have to go back.
Yeah, and I'm used to traversing craters, so.
And Gregor would never get caught dead in a trap. It would be so embarrassing.
I'd much rather live through it.
Gran sort of like walks her way out and she's like, I'll make sure this place is still standing for when you get back.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
so kind
Gran.
of you.
Thanks,
you.
Gran.
She nods. Like looks out. Dog like, okay. You guys ready?
I sure hope no more thugs show up and try to kill her.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
He has a gun, right? She'll be fine.
As you leave and all begin to travel away towards your next destination, Midtown, Gran stays behind and looks over this somewhat dilapidated building. She moves around and makes some very cursory adjustments to it, making sure a support beam is put back in place, making sure that an area where the roof was collapsing doesn't entirely pull inwards, and she makes her way outside. Slowly moving towards the area that you practiced, she takes a few steps forward, stretches out, here's a crack in her back, and gets to work actually pulling up the long tufts of grain one by one. She has a simple goal. By the time you come back, hopefully, you'll have somewhere to practice. Sweat begins to bead on her brow. And? Okay, this is actually too hard. She raises her hand. Okay, boys, come on. Clean the place up. Yeah, yes, ma'am! Ah, crap. She wanders back inside with a loud thunk. Otterven, you travel to the nearest available location in which baseball is practiced. Likely the first target of this up-and-coming team. You make your way to Midtown to visit the Bottom Liners, a team that very, very technically has pulled itself up above the bottom line. The man in front of you walks forward. Greetings, good day.
And to you as well. I'm told this is the home of the Bottom Liners.
Yes, welcome to our lovely little hamlet. My name's Barry Bandersnatch. I'm absolutely thrilled to be making your acquaintance today. Our little up-and-comers could use all the support from an aficionado of your status and stature. He flashes you the most public-ass PR smile he can muster.
Ben has never felt so at home. Marvelous, marvelous. Well then, give me the most impersonal tour you can muster.
The most impersonal? Well, that's gonna be hard, because my affection for Midtown runs deep. But I'll do my best. He turns around and starts walking. These are trees. He smiles at you, showing teeth. We exchange goods for money. Over there, our shops. Huh, look, a citizen. He walks his way away. And beyond. He was about to say pride and joy. A facility dedicated and built by the taxpayers of our town, our baseball stadium.
And have the Bottom Liners, in fact, managed to balance the bottom line at long last?
Well, I'd like to think we're doing even better than balancing. We're exceeding the bottom line by margins.
I was told you were now in the black, but it does appear to be more of a sort of darkish beige.
Here at Midtown, we believe that adversity is the key to growth. And if we were doing too well, we'd stop swimming. And you know what happens to sharks that stop swimming? they get fired. Follow after me. He smiles and walks you into the baseball stadium. Here are our boys. We haven't been able to afford uniforms for the obvious reason, but we hope that someday, after beating up those chumps at Famine Valley, we'll be able to afford something that'll allow us to fend off the vicious claws of the Sky Brood. You look at all the thugs positioned one after the other, and they have something approaching a baseball stance, but this is the circumstance.
Fascinating. Each and every player more generic than the last.
He makes his way forwards and is like, right, let me introduce to you our all-star cast. We have Bubbly Peterson. We've got 7 different diseases. That's Vic Vanderbilt, and the last guy in the back, we only registered his name as Eat. He flashes you another toothy smile again.
And you believe these 4 will be sufficient for the coming season?
He sort of pauses. Absolutely not. If it's just left to us, we are going to fail and our town will be wiped off the map. It's why we need to pick on less fortunate areas around us. Those that don't exactly meet the bottom line, if you understand what I'm saying.
Hence Famine Valley.
We're going after Famine Valley, next Disease City. We're gonna pick through and make sure that, well, our bottom line stays up and floating well above the red.
Better the bottom line than the bottom of the barrel. Just a little bit of baseball humor for you.